Welcome back everyone, Panacotta here, this time all alone, without Jazz or Taco or anyone else. Just felt like, I got time, why not make a video? Felt like making a Pokemon video, and as you can see on the screen already, it's a Pikachu clone or Pikachu lookalike, whatever you want to call them, tier list, ranking them from S to D. Maybe an F later on, we'll see. I haven't looked too much into every Pokemon here. This is going to be more on the casual side, some gameplay, some design aspects of each Pokemon. But we'll see how it goes, right? Like in the good old days, I think it has been many months since I made a complete solo video. But yeah, let's just start off with Pikachu, the most basic one. Some people would argue let's put him in S, but honestly not really. I'm also coming from a gameplay perspective. I don't give a fuck about the anime. Sure, Pikachu's iconic, okay, who cares, bro? Who cares? Iconicness is not gonna carry you to S tier, not gonna hold you. Stat-wise, I mean, it's fairly fast. Nothing too crazy, but it is fast. And hits, I mean, fairly hard, kinda. It is alright. I wouldn't put it in S tier, but it's at least B, maybe A. I'll put it in A for now. Maybe I'm gonna switch it around at the end, but I think A is a safe pick, especially since it's the beginning of everything. Man, we're talking about Raichu now. Raichu the evolution? I don't know, bro. Raichu is nice overall, but it feels low-key like a downgrade. I know it gameplay-wise it's probably better, but I never see people use Raichu voluntarily, even though it's probably better, But Raichu is just a weird case, It doesn't look as nice as Pikachu. It just looks like, I don't know, too much. Possibly, maybe it's just not my type of style of evolution. I don't know, hard to say, but it's not crazy bad. It's pretty middle of the road. Some would call it mid, B tier, pretty nice. Shouldn't insult anyone. And now Pichu, the pre-evolution of Pikachu. I didn't even know that this never existed. They added it after, in generation 2 or so. I don't know, not sure. But yeah, Pichu, this is actually fairly mid. No one's gonna use it in LC. No one's gonna in Lil Cup, for those who play competitive and shit. No one's using this, right? You would only maybe try to hunt for it if you look for a shiny, to make a shiny Pikachu or Raichu. But honestly, I don't know, not really. Its design is also I don't know, kind of boring. Yeah, I know it has to look kind of like Pikachu for the evolution shit, but it's a C tier, okay? It's a C tier. It's not that bad, but it's nah. And now, bro,
what the hell? Oh my god, no way.
Pluzzle and Minun or Minun, I don't even know how to pronounce the second one because they are so fucking ass. Maybe I should make an F tier for them, but it would be kinda insulting, way too insulting, because they are Pikachu clones, they are Pokemon, there are not that many Pokemon that I really despise. I just don't like them because they're so useless, I like the design thing, plus and minus, that's kind of wavy, but that's all. The ability, I forgot its name. The ability is pretty much useless if you don't use them together. And why would you use them together? Maybe in its story mode to just fuck around, but that's it. I don't know. Let me put minus in front because I like blue more than red. But pretty much useless Pokemon. No one ever talks about, no one ever thinks about them. Useless ability, pretty bad stats. Moving on. And Apachirisu. Okay, Apachirisu, almost, a lot of the times is a forgotten Pokemon. I don't see a lot of people talk about it, casually. But I do know, and I heard about this quite a lot, this Pokemon helped someone win a world championship, because of some trickery, no one was expecting it, it has a very specific niche. Its design is pretty cool, like a squirrel type shit. I at least I hope. I think it's a squirrel, but Apachirisu, nothing crazy. and nothing that I like a lot, but it's doing its thing, you know. I can respect it. I like it more than Pichu at least. It's a solid C tier, right? It's not as an insult. It's just that everyone else is just kind of better, you know. But which Pokemon is not better is Emolga from Generation 5, you know, one of my favorite generation. But Emolga, bro, I don't see it. Electric Flying, I don't see it. Emolga is fairly fast, even though kind of the speed is overrated. The speed isn't even that good. And overall, also, like, it's just a Pokemon you pick to fuck around. Like, it's not a serious thing, even in the story mode, right? Like, even when you play the campaign, whatever you want to call it, the single player in Pokemon in Generation 5, you will not be using this one. I guarantee you the vast majority of people is not going to use Emolga, just because it's kind of bad, you know. Its design is also not that cool. I mean, I forgot the animals now. I'm gonna put it on screen. The ones that can, like, it's like squirrel-like, but they can fly around, you know, with the like windsuit type shit. But it's not horrible, but I would also put it in C tier, you know, probably below Apachirisu, above Pichu, you know, because it has some stuff going for it. It's not as bland as Pichu. And I mean, I like the face. I like the smiling thing, you know. It's kind of cute. But damn, Dedenne, I don't even know. This shit is, oh my god. Like, I like the orange, but it's so useless. It's so ass kinda, you know. The typing Electric Fairy is actually pretty nice. Like, Electric Fairy is something you don't see a lot. I don't even know if there's any Pokemon, like, other than Dedenne, that has this typing. Maybe. If there is one, I'm gonna put it on screen here. But if not, I mean, I don't remember there being an Electric Fairy except for this one. But the Dedenne, overall, I usually forget it exists. You know, if someone like asks me like, what are some of your favorite Pokemon clones or Pokemon Pikachu clones? I mean, I go through the list like thinking about them. The Dedenne is one that just slips my mind. I just don't think about it. It's probably, I don't know if it's above or below. Probably above, because it probably has at least some usage, at least because of the typing. Because the typing is definitely nothing to scoff at. Electric Fairy definitely packs a punch. Just needs to be on a better Pokemon, you know. And back to Raichu, but this time way better. Instead of the pure electric type, we get the electric psychic type with the ability Search Surfer, which gives you double speed in electric terrain. Very good Pokemon, actually. Pretty much a must in any terrain team that's focused on electric terrain. Pretty cool design, you know. I just like this more. Especially since, you know, the long tail and the OG is kind of, I don't know, not my style, but riding on your own tail, you know, kind of wavy. Electric Psychic is a pretty nice typing. It is super strong, actually, like very fast, and in electric terrain outspeeding basically anyone. So I kind of want to put it in A tier, possibly even above Pikachu. I mean, in a regular playthrough, I also tend to use this if I decide to use Tapu Koko with the electric terrain as well. So it's nothing to scoff at, definitely. Like a good Pokemon. If you played Generation 7, you know this one and you will be using it here and there. Like, you will be, like you kind of want to use it, alright? It is what it is. But this one, we are getting in the interesting territory. This might be the only S tier for all Pokemon lookalikes, Pikachu, I mean, lookalike clones, whatever. And it's Mimikyu. Okay, Mimikyu is just built different. It's one of the rare cases also where the people making the game just decided, hell no, this Pokemon is so broken, we have to nerf it. So its ability with the whole first hit doesn't register, right? Like when the shield, whatever you want to call them, the disguise, falls apart and the shield is broken, it loses a certain amount of HP. So something like Focus Sash doesn't work and shit. So they had to nerf this Pokemon because it was so good. And Mimikyu, I mean, I don't know if I told anyone this. Maybe, you know, I made a list like of my favorite Pokemon for each type back in the like couple months ago. Mimikyu is definitely my favorite, probably like fairy type, maybe even Ghost, but Ghost is also Giratina, you know, but probably the favorite fairy type. I even have a plush, like a plush Mimikyu right next to me now. Easy S tier, super strong, super good moveset. The ability is crazy good, like don't sleep on this ability. It's like with the Generation 8, forgot its name, like Penguin with the ice cube on its head. But the ice cube only protects you from physical attacks once, and Mimikyu protects you from everything. So, and Mimikyu alone has more lore, like has more story going on than any of these other Pikachu clones, you know? It's just weird. Like the whole Pokemon, just like Outcast now dresses as Pikachu because Pikachu is popular and like cute and all, so this Pokemon wants to be like Pikachu, and that's kind of nice, you know? There are not a lot of Pokemon that like get this amount of story just off rip. Sure, every Pokemon has some lore, every Pokemon has some shit in the Pokedex and all. But Mimikyu has its story like right in front of your eyes. Like the main game has the story of Mimikyu, like the whole thing going on right in front of you, which I like. Mimikyu overall, top tier Pokemon, better than Pikachu in basically every way. And we're almost done with the list. Togedemaru has pretty good stats, a pretty good typing, Electric Steel. Electric Steel, even though it has some glaring weaknesses like ground and, I mean, fire also, fighting and shit, but ground especially, it is pretty good. Like, I see some use for it. It has a very good moveset, it has some very good just play styles you can put it in. Like, you can make it tank, you can make it fast, you know, a supporter that paralyzes people with, I think, Nuzzle it's called. Like, don't sleep on Togedemaru. It's like, it's pretty good actually. Like, it's maybe A tier even, like A tier or B tier. I probably like it more than Pikachu even, probably. Like, people don't talk about Togedemaru enough, but it is fire, you know? And it isn't really fire, it's steel, but you know what I mean. It's, don't sleep on Togedemaru. It gets outshined by other electric types sometimes, but I mean, you know, not every Pokemon is perfect, and Togedemaru therefore is only A tier. No, there are better Pokemon, but in terms of Pikachu clones, this is one of the best. Now, last but not least, Morpeko. Morpeko, I don't even know. I like the whole changing appearance every turn. Like, it's electric dark type. When you start out, it's like it has this, like, let's call it day form, right? Or let's call it electric form. And then next turn it turns dark, it looks angry, and now its signature move, okay? I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna put it on screen again here. It changes every turn. In turn 1 it's electric type, in turn 2 it's dark type, and then back to electric, back to dark, you know, and so on and so on. And every time you use it, it boosts your speed. It's also crazy strong. I think like 110 damage points, battle, whatever you want to call it, yeah. And 100% accuracy, like arguably one of the strongest moves here for electric types. Nothing to scoff at once again. I like the whole, as I said, gimmick with the changes. Like, let's say you're up against a ground Pokemon and you're like, shit, electric type, man, I don't have anything. But then you realize it's your Pokemon went dark mode. So now you can use, I think it's Aurora Wheel actually. Now you can use it as a dark type and possibly kill it. And then next turn, maybe your opponent doesn't even realize the whole type change thing. Boom, suddenly it's electric type. Nothing, like, didn't even expect it, you know. So I like it more than Raichu probably. Like, it's B tier probably, you know. Pikachu is up there in A tier, possibly because of the iconicness. Maybe it's actually, maybe I'm actually overrating Pikachu, because Pikachu in itself isn't that crazy. Maybe Morpeko in A tier. Morpeko is pretty slept on, but if I play like random battles and I get this Pokemon, I'm actually pretty hyped. Like I don't hate it. It's a good Pokemon to have in random battles, or if you make like more fun teams. If you want to play seriously and win, you wouldn't use any Pokemon that's B tier or L or less. Also, Morpeko probably not. But Morpeko in itself is, I mean, fairly good. You know, don't sleep on it. It's very good. If you know how to use it, the signature move is one of the best in the game, especially paired with its ability. Like I mean, it's made for Morpeko. As I said, don't forget this, like those Pikachu clones exist. But yeah, looks all right. Looks correct. Objectively correct, as I like to call it. But yeah, this has been the Pikachu clone tier list. A Mimikyu on top, and Puzzle, Minun, whatever, like fuck out of here, right? Like worst clones in existence. There are some other Pokemon that kind of look like Pikachu, but I didn't want to include them because they're not electric type. I mean, Mimikyu is also not electric, but it gets a pass. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Maybe someone just listens in without watching. Who knows? Like, I don't know what you're doing at home. Yeah, this has been Panacotta. Just, as I said, all alone. Next time, maybe with someone else. I'll see. I just felt like making a short, like, solo video. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.